Despite the poverty and the despair, there is hope yet for the sleepy hamlet. The government has managed to ensure that all the villagers have BPL cards, and at least that gives them some identity and right to entitlements. There is water, electricity and a secondary school as well as a polytechnic in a nearby area. But the real issue is, how do these people earn sustainable livelihoods?
The whole issue is that everyone knows, the banks also knows and the government also knows that reaching out to remote areas or villages sometimes is commercially not viable. But say for example, in case of insurance products, in many cases if you simply ask the insurance companies to roll out a product like that, they will simply refuse because it's commercially not viable. So it's a kind of, but at the same time you cannot leave those people out of the insurance reach. You would like to bring them into the fold. So kind of a catch-22 situation or a chicken-egg situation. Now how do you break that? So then government resorts to income transfers, which is what in some ways these various government schemes are. That the money that you are paying, you are not getting an economic activity worth that money from these people. But still you are doing that because otherwise they will be left out. So somewhere you want to provide that, lift them to a level where they become a viable economic agent in any kind of an activity.
Sunil Sinha of Crisil makes an interesting point. Financial inclusion can only appeal to banks as a business model if it reaches a critical mass.
Commercial activity will become viable only till you reach a critical mass.
Right.
Till then somebody has to come and foot the bill.
Till then, does the commercial board of a bank, does it have to be mandated? Because right now directed lending or priority sector lending, it is mandated. So till then the catch-22 situation will prevail.
Yes. So I mean it is there in the case of several activities. I mean, the priority sector lending itself is one of them. Say if you ask a bank that 40% of your lending has to be priority sector lending, then banks are also, bound by the government policy that even if it is not viable, firstly they have to reach out, and secondly they will have to innovate. And they will have to say a tailor-made product which even if not a viable commercial proposition, then at least it is a product which doesn't lose out too much of money, which they cannot cover up from some other activity.
Which is why, till such time that the critical mass is achieved on financial inclusion, the government has to step in. In a country with no financial safety net and where the fruits of economic progress has left behind more than half the population, growth has ironically been rather undemocratic. The government has stepped in like in Azadpur, but only in fits and starts. Azadpur in fact is a microcosm of the way financial inclusion efforts have shaped up in the country. Scattered, discontinuous and perhaps even half-hearted. So this was the view from the ground above a small village in the new area of the Mewat district of Haryana. It's a mixed bag, this particular village. It's got some basics in place. It's got electricity, it's got sanitation as well as water, but there are still problems. Loan is a problem. Getting big ticket loans from commercial banks is a problem, because one believes that the commercial banks tell these villagers that there are default issues here and probably they do not want to give those big ticket loans. There is a problem with hospitalization. A common complaint that we encountered here is the fact that for their children they do not have proper schooling facilities, which is a big worry. But this village obviously is one such village which tells you that it doesn't even have BPL cards, forget Aadhaar cards, something that the centre touts so very often. And forget financial inclusion, even financial access is something which really has to be realized in big measure, and has obviously not reached this village in full measure. So if any particular pocket of the country needs development, it is this. And unless the state intervenes in pockets like these all over the country, this will be a blot on the otherwise hyped economic development story of India. But what Azadpur and indeed the 6 lakh villages in India need is a relook at how the government wants to bring the large rural populace into the formal financial net. And the effort has to be uniform and wholehearted. Only then will these men and women have bank accounts and insurance cover. Only then will they be able to get loans at affordable rates and send their children to school for a better tomorrow. For history teaches us that no country has ever made it big if it leaves out half its population from its march towards progress and development.